We often don't give as much love or attention to the skin on our body as we do for our face, but today is all about the body, and I'm sharing some of my absolute favorite body care products. Hey there, I'm Dr. Sam Ellis, and I'm a board-certified medical and cosmetic dermatologist in Northern California. I'm here and I started this channel to help you understand your skin and to find products that work for you. So if that sounds good, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family. Now, I think when it comes to body cleansers and really any type of body product, it's very much a matter of personal preference in terms of textures and fragrances that you like. So I'm going to give a couple of options for each category, but I use all of these. Now, I talk a lot about what my facial skin is like. It tends to be dry and a little bit sensitive, and I do have rosacea, but I also think it's important to give you a little bit of context about my body skin, which is also dry. However, I don't find that my body skin is particularly sensitive, so I can use things like scrubs or exfoliating acids without any additional irritation. So I would say that when I'm picking out my favorite body care items, I tend to lean a bit more intense. Like I like a more aggressive scrub. I like some intense exfoliants, and so you'll see that when we get to those products. So first up in cleansers is the Bioderma Adoderm Body Cleansing Oil. Now, I know a lot of us think about using a cleansing oil for our face, but a lot of people don't realize you can use cleansing oils on the body as well. I really love this cleanser for dry skin. It's a very luxurious body oil that you massage into the skin. It's great for breaking down things like sunscreen, dirt, and grime, and it leaves your skin feeling cleansed but not stripped. So you apply this to wet skin in the shower, you work it in, and then you rinse it off. And it's really designed to be a one and done type of cleanser, but I have to say I personally like using it as a body double cleanse when I'm wearing things like water resistant sunscreen. This does have a very light fragrance to it, but I do find that that fragrance doesn't linger on the skin after you rinse off the product. And the next cleanser is actually from my brand, Prequel. It is a glycerin-based cleanser, and we call it the Glenser. So this was actually designed to be a face and body cleanser, but I love it so much because it has so much glycerin in it that it really nourishes and protects the skin while it cleanses without feeling sticky or clinging to the skin. We designed this cleanser to be ultra hydrating for the skin, but without leaving any type of residue behind. One of my biggest pet peeves with hydrating cleansers is when I can still feel them on my skin afterward, and this one washes completely clean. We also had this cleanser clinically tested for its moisturizing capacity, and it keeps the skin moisturized for 24 hours after use. And I know this is really just a personal preference thing, but I love how much this lathers up. I feel like sometimes people associate a foaming cleanser or a lathering cleanser with something that's stripping, but in reality, having a nice lather to me is just an amazing sensorial experience, and it makes my shower feel a lot more satisfying. And then my final favorite body cleanser is actually the Panoxyl 4% Acne Creamy Wash. It's meant for face acne, but I think it's an amazing body product. So Panoxyl actually makes a 10% benzoyl peroxide cleanser as well, but I really prefer the 4%. It's a little bit more gentle, but it's just as good at treating acne. Benzoyl peroxide as an ingredient is great for reducing inflammation and killing acne-causing bacteria, but it can be a little bit irritating, and I just find that this formulation is quite gentle. In addition to being great for treating acne, I also like this cleanser because it's great at killing body odor. So a lot of people don't realize that body odor is generated by bacterial byproducts. So when you get rid of some of the excess bacteria on the skin, you actually can reduce body odor as well. So I love using something like this in the armpits and in the groin area, and definitely on the feet and between the toes. Now, something to always keep in mind when you're using any benzoyl peroxide product is benzoyl peroxide can bleach fabric, so you have to be careful about what towels and sheets you're using and even what pillowcase you're using afterward if you're using this on your face. And that's even really true for a wash-off product, because the reality is not everyone is great at totally washing every single drop of benzoyl peroxide off. And even if you have a little bit left over, it can cause problems. The key with using benzoyl peroxide is you want to allow it to sit on the skin for at least a couple of minutes to exert its best effects. So my recommendation is that you put this on in the shower, you let it sit while you do another part of your shower routine, and then you rinse it off. So those are some of my favorite cleansers. Let's move on to my favorite shave gel, and that is the Aveeno Therapeutic Shave Gel. I've been using this shave gel for, I want to say like 10 years. It's just such a tried and true. It is a basic shaving lotion, but it's really nice. It's not fragranced. It's great for sensitive skin. It's super affordable. And really, most of the time, I actually shave with a body wash like the Glenser, for example. But sometimes if I'm being extra meticulous and I'm kind of doing an everything shower, if you know, you know, I really like to have a shave gel because that actually allows me to see exactly where I've already shaved so I don't repeat spots and I don't miss spots. I also think when people are learning to shave, and I don't know, that's probably not a lot of people watching this video right now, but for teenagers or preteens, for example, using a shave gel as a guide is also really helpful because a lot of mistakes that happen with shaving, like missing spots or razor burn or cutting yourself, have to do with inadequate lubrication or repeating shaving over the same spot too many times. If you're interested in learning about more of my favorite shaving products, I definitely recommend checking out my YouTube video, which is all about shaving mistakes and tips to avoid them. Ooh, next up is one of my favorite categories, body exfoliants. So as a dermatologist, I'm always really hesitant to recommend exfoliants because I feel like people really go all in with these. And the reality is you don't need to use an exfoliant on your face or your body all that often to get the best effects. Now, I find that my face can only tolerate exfoliation probably about once a week, but on my body, I can exfoliate 3 to 4 times a week without any irritation. And I just feel like it makes the skin on my body feel so smooth and supple and glowy. I also find that exfoliation can help with things like hyperpigmentation. So if that's something you struggle with, listen up. One of my favorite body exfoliants is by The Ordinary, and it's their 7% glycolic acid toner. This product was designed for the face, but I actually prefer it as a body toner. So 7% glycolic acid is sort of a mid-potency glycolic acid, and there are other things besides the concentration that contribute to the potency of glycolic acid, for example, the pH that it exists at. But I find that if you spray this or put it on your body once a day for a week or 2, your skin will glow. Now, if you have sensitive skin, I would probably start off by applying this just once a week to your skin and kind of building up. But I find that some of the best effects with using something like this are when you're using it at least a couple times a week. In addition to using something like this on your arms and your legs and your trunk, you can also consider using it in your armpits or in your groin. These are areas that people tend to have excess pigmentation, and a lot of times using a glycolic acid exfoliant can help reduce that pigment and make people a little more confident with those areas. So when you buy this, it comes with sort of like a little narrow cap dispenser, which is fine if you're gonna put it on a cotton pad and swipe it over your skin, but you can actually get a spray nozzle off of Amazon or borrow it from one of your other skincare products and put it on the top of this bottle, and that makes distributing this over a larger body surface area a lot easier. So that product has glycolic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid. That is a chemical exfoliant, but I wanna talk about a physical exfoliator that I also really love, and that's Necessaire's The Body Exfoliator. So this is actually a chemical and a physical exfoliator. The physical exfoliator comes from the little scrubbing particles that exist within the product. So in addition to having those little scrubbing particles, the physical exfoliant, it also has chemical exfoliators like lactic acid, glycolic acid, and salicylic acid. So this comes in a fragrance-free version, but there are also 3 fragranced versions as well. And this is actually one of the cases where I prefer a fragranced product, and I really like the one that's eucalyptus scented. It makes me feel like I'm in a spa. This is definitely my most used body exfoliator, and I use it probably once a week in the shower. I just do small circular motions. You don't have to press very hard. You're not trying to like rip or tear your skin, but I do like how clean and smooth my skin feels after using this. And of course, there are other physical exfoliators out there that I have liked and tried, but I feel like this one really hits the sweet spot where the exfoliating particles aren't too small, so they actually have a little bit of grit and they're doing something, but they're not so big and gritty and sharp that I feel like they're causing trauma to my skin. Let's move on to body lotions, which can be done after the shower and every day that you're not showering too. First up is the La Roche-Posay Lipicard Triple Repair Body Moisturizing Cream. This is one of my all-time favorite body lotions for people who have super dry skin. And oftentimes I find that if someone has super dry skin, they're reaching for creams that come in a tub that are really thick. But oftentimes I feel like something gets lost in sort of the application experience. So to me, this is such a good balance of something that's rich and nourishing and hydrating, but not particularly thick or sticky. This is designed to be a face and body moisturizer, but I do find it works a little bit better on the body. To me, it feels a little too heavy for facial skin. It's fragrance-free, it's great for sensitive skin. So this has things like shea butter and glycerin that are going to help hydrate and smooth the skin. It also has niacinamide for a skin barrier strengthening effect as well as a brightening effect. Another moisturizer that I absolutely love, and it's from my brand Prequel, is the Urea Repair Moisturizing Milk. This has 10% urea, which acts as a humectant to draw water to the skin surface to hydrate the skin, and it has keratolytic effects, which help break apart dead skin cells on the surface to give smoother, more glowy skin. We designed this moisturizer to be really safe for people who have skin conditions like psoriasis, as well as eczema, and for people who have sensitive skin. To me, urea is such an underrated skincare ingredient, but it has a huge capacity to do so many good things for the skin. We call this the Urea Moisturizing Milk because it really is just a smooth, easy to spread texture that is super easy to apply every single day because it's so lightweight, but still so nourishing. And I really love it because it does offer that very, very gentle exfoliation that's going to smooth the skin without causing irritation. So for me, this has become my daily go-to body moisturizer. Another body moisturizing product that I adore is the Aquaphor Healing Ointment Spray. I really just think it's genius that they took an ointment that usually feels so heavy and greasy and put it in a spray applicator Exfoliator to really just make it easier to apply a very thin, even layer. If you struggle with super dry skin, you might realize that using a regular body moisturizer on a day-to-day basis isn't really enough. So I really like this as like a final coat over whatever body moisturizer you're already using. And then because it has this really nice, fine, misty spray, it's easy to cover a large body surface area quickly and reach areas that might be hard to get, like your back. This is one of my top recommendations for my patients who have eczema. Oftentimes they need a lot of skin hydration, and this is a really nice thing to have in their routine to prevent transepidermal water loss. Another body moisturizer that I reach for a lot and recommend a ton to my patients and friends and family is the Naturium Retinol Body Lotion. So a lot of people think about using retinol in their face products to prevent signs of premature skin aging like fine lines and wrinkles, and it even can help address things like irregular pigmentation and collagen loss. But your body needs love too, and that skin also needs anti-aging support, and retinol is great for that. There are definitely a few different retinol body lotions on the market, but this is really my go-to because I find that the texture is so nice. Because retinol in kind of any capacity does have the potential to be irritating, if you're just starting out with something like this, I recommend applying it just once a week and maybe to sort of a limited body surface area to see how your skin does. And if it tolerates it super well, then you can slowly increase the frequency of use. And then the final body category that we're going to talk about is, of course, body sunscreen. I couldn't do this video without talking about sunscreen. First up is the Eucerin Daily Hydration Moisturizing Body Cream. This is an SPF 30 chemical sunscreen, but it's formulated in a very hydrating base, so you can really apply it like a body moisturizer and get that sun protection as well. This is also crazy affordable, which I think is important because sometimes I feel like people may skimp on the sunscreen that they apply because it can be really expensive, but you don't have to do that with this. This is fragrance-free, but of note, it is not water resistant. So I think it's great for a day-to-day sunscreen, but it wouldn't be my first choice if I'm doing any water or high sweat activities. The way I would apply this is in the morning. After you get dressed, you can kind of see what areas on your body are still exposed to the sun, and then you just go in with this bad boy. Another affordable body sunscreen that I really like is the Banana Boat Light as Air sunscreen, which is SPF 50 and water resistant. This does have a light, sweet scent to it, and I actually like that even though I'm not a huge fragrance person because I feel like it doesn't smell like traditional sunscreen. And sometimes if something smells like sunscreen, it means that I should be at the pool or should be at the beach. But if you're looking to use body sunscreen every single day, sometimes you don't want to walk around smelling like that. Because this is a chemical sunscreen, it rubs in completely clear with no visible white cast, which I think is an added bonus. And as the name Light as Air suggests, it has a super lightweight texture, so you don't really feel it sitting on the skin or getting greasy over the course of the day. And then the final body sunscreen I wanted to include in this video is the Derma B Everyday Sunscreen. So this is a Korean sunscreen. It's SPF 50, and the easiest way to get it is online, and I'll definitely put a link in the description box. This is really designed to be a face and body sunscreen. I love how lightweight it is. It's incredibly affordable. This also has a really nice, pleasant, sort of sweet herbal scent to it. Keep in mind, this is not water resistant. So again, this is a great everyday sunscreen. Have you tried any of these body care products? What are some of your favorite body care products? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time.